Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Now, let me tell you some bullshit before I forget. Let me tell you what the Wokians are up to in ground zero for the woke. I'm talking about California. I'm talking about the Bay Area. That's where they make these granola-headed dirt fuckers. So, shout out to my boy. He's there right now and he's sending me these pictures. And so Oakland Police Department is all, they have those big orange like medians, they got those big concrete dividers when they're working on the road where they got the big orange ones all the way around it. And I read somewhere where it said in Brooklyn Center where Dante Wright was shot, the police are preparing for protests. Well, if they're peaceful protests, what are you preparing for? To what, sit there? Because if everybody's just marching peacefully and enjoying their First Amendment rights, what do you need the cops for? Why do you need to board up your building? Why do you need to flip your sign to close? I don't get it. It's peaceful protest. But the police are preparing for it. Okay. So he sends me these pictures, and one of them, someone wrote Dante's Inferno. I guess they're planning on burning that shit down. And then there's a Marriott hotel, and it has a picture. I mean, it's I don't know, 10, 20 stories high. It's huge. And there's a picture of a little black girl about 5 or 6 years old painted on the side of the building. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you paint a kid on the side of a hotel? Now, were they trying to show, oh, this is a happy hotel, it's family friendly? Maybe. And you know what? You should be able to paint a child of any color you want on your private business. But, like I said in the beginning, this is ground zero for the Wokians. So what would happen if in Oakland, California, in the Bay Area, they painted a white kid on that building? You already know it would be a matter of time before people were talking shit and the Marriott would release a bullshit statement that they are diverse and accepting and blah, blah, blah. And that little white kid would be gone. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it was a white kid. Somebody said something. They changed it to a black kid. Get the fuck out of here. For what? Is that supposed to make black people come stay at your hotel? Is that supposed to make the woke, the guilt-ridden white folks, is that supposed to make them feel better when they sleep at your hotel? You know what's going to make more people come to your hotel? Good service and clean rooms, you idiots. Stupid. It's got to be like a 100-foot painting of a black kid on the side of the building. Oh, man, this shit is so dumb. And it doesn't get any better. So, today, I believe it was today. No, I'm sorry. Friday. This happened Friday. So, yesterday. So, come Monday, they're about to get his ass. So, our grandpa in chief was at the White House, and he invited the Prime Minister of Japan. And it was hosted by him and Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare. The politician who went horizontal so her career could go vertical. And so she introduces the PM. And so, I'll save Biden's part for the end. So Kamala, she's there to introduce the Prime Minister of Japan. And they're going to talk and do, their politician bullshit, their schmoozing. So I'm thinking it's been like 3 weeks since she was named the person to clean up the border, to take care of that crisis. And she hasn't been there yet, but she was in D.C. She was in Washington, D.C. So I think maybe like her understanding of geography is all fucked up because you're about 2,085 miles away from where you need to be. You're supposed to be down there on the border, protecting our border, protecting our sovereignty, because it's not just those poor little dirty brown faces coming here for a better life. You got terrorists and everything coming through that border. You got people from all around the world coming through that border because they know it's an open door. So you're in D.C., but you need to be at the border between the U.S. and Mexico. So last time I talked about this, I said maybe if they get some old dicks, if they get some old guys down there to get hard-ons, give them some Viagra Cialis, maybe that would release pheromones that would attract her to the border where she needs to be. That didn't work. They didn't try that. Maybe if you get like maybe some like Hansel and Gretel shit, you know, they left the breadcrumbs. Maybe if you take like some old man's pubic hair, some silver cotton candy, and make a trail all the way to the U.S.-Mexico border, maybe that will get her there. That shit, that's like catnip to her. Maybe that will get her down there. Try something to get her down there to do her fucking job. And she said that she's going to go meet with Mexico and Guatemala and Honduras. Wrong. You're getting close. You're getting warm, Kamala. You're getting close. That's a lot closer than D.C., but you need to be at our border or standing on our side, letting them know what to do to fix that. Telling Mexico and those other countries, hold on to your own damn people. Don't send them up here, because they're sending them. Remember last year before, they were handing out pamphlets, telling them where they need to go and what they need to do when they get there? They're sending them. So why is she not down there stopping them? Why is she not down there flexing her political muscle to make them stop? You're supposed to be the pit bull that the president let off the leash to go over there and chew their asses up. You're not doing it. So maybe they'll try the pubic hair idea to get her down there to do her job. And when she introduced the Prime Minister of Japan, she said, I want to take this time to talk about the shooting at the FedEx factory in Indianapolis. Some crazy piece of shit shot 8 people. Unfortunately, he shot himself like they always do. A bunch of pussies. She said we lost more Americans to gun violence. Gun violence, gun violence. Why are you talking about this? Because this is going to help you take people's gun rights away. We don't want to take your guns. Then Beto O'Rourke says, you're damn right we're going to take your AK-47s. Then Biden says, this guy's going to help me fix the gun problem in this country. So don't tell me you're not trying to take my guns when you're going to put a guy in charge that says, hell yeah, we're taking your guns. How stupid do you think we are? But why does she only talk about this? Pick a weekend. Put a blindfold on your face, pick a weekend on the calendar in Chicago, and I guarantee you there'll be more than 8 people dead. Why are you not talking about that? Why don't you mention that? If you just talked about the gun violence, pick 2 cities in the Midwest. If you just talked about the gun violence there, your mouth would be tired, Kamala. And as the elderly male population knows, it takes a lot to make her mouth quiet, her mouth tired. A whole lot. So why are you not talking about the ones that really matter? The ones that happen all the time. They pick these little incidences of these crazy bastards shooting things up to tell us, see, you don't need to have those. Look at what happens when we give you those. Look at what happens, you bad little Americans, when we try to give you a little bit of gun freedom. You can't handle it. Give me your hand. No. They might as well roll up a magazine and hit us on the nose like a dog that just shit on the floor. No. You don't know how to use your guns properly, so we're going to take them. You don't need bump stocks. You don't need 100 bullets. We're going to take them from you because you don't know how to play with your toys. That's what they're treating us like. Don't try to make policy based on these dummies, these psychos, these demons. Why don't you talk about the, 3 million situations every year where guns do good, where guns stop bad people, where guns do what they're supposed to do, protect. You mean to tell me people are only using their guns for mass shootings? No one saves somebody's life or their own with the gun. It's all bad. Why don't you highlight some of that? Why don't you get some of those people to sit behind you on stage? People who have used their guns for good to help people, to save people. I saw a video a couple years ago. Some guy was trying to carjack a lady at a car wash. There was a good Samaritan with a gun. He stopped his ass and held him till the police came. So you mean to tell me there's situations where we do know how to use our guns properly, where we are trained, we are safe? Where you don't just tell us about how some kid got into his parents' stash and shot himself? You would stop to think maybe it's not the gun. Maybe it's a stupid asshole who allowed his guns to be accessible to his children. You know, this whole individualism thing works a lot of different ways. This is one of them. Take it on a case-by-case basis. Don't go by these sick fucks who go somewhere with the innocent to these soft targets and shoot it up. Why do you think they go to places where nobody else has a gun? He went to a FedEx. He went to a job, people's place of employment. Why don't you go shoot up a gun store? Because those guys got guns on their hip. Why don't you pull an Arnold? And of course, I'm not advocating for this, so don't be stupid in the comment section. Why wouldn't you shoot up somewhere there's a bunch of police? Because they got guns. They pick schools and shopping centers and grocery stores and FedEx facilities. Because they're pussies and they don't want any pushback. Because they know if there's people there with guns, they're going to use them to defend themselves, and they'll probably shoot them before they can do anything and get their name in the paper and their picture everywhere. Why do we even mention these fools? Well, you know why. You're smart. If you're in this class, you're pretty damn smart. So let me get to the grandpa chief. So this motherfucker is there talking in front of the Japanese prime minister, and then I guess the guy's named Hideki Matsuyama. He just won the Masters, the golf tournament. So Biden gets up there and says, "Well, Japan." I'm sorry, guys. If I'm going to do this, let me be accurate. Let me use his real voice. He said, "Well, Japan, you guys sent a boy here and he won the Masters." That fool said you sent a Japanese boy here and he won the Masters. This dude is 29 years old. And he said a Japanese boy. Now hold up. Let's be real. If Trump were to say a Japanese boy, I'm not even going to say nothing else. You already fucking know. You already know how that shit would play out. He's a racist. Blah, blah, blah. You have all these talking heads like they do with black folks. You have all these talking head Asian representatives of the Asian community talking about how offended Asians are because Trump called some Asian dude a boy. I'll put a link in the description box. You gotta see this shit. He said you sent a little Japanese boy here and he won the Masters. And anybody who calls him racist, yeah, he is for other reasons. But in this situation, I'm sure not even Biden's dumb ass meant it that way. But that's how it's going to be. That, you know, if the wrong people said that, it would be totally taken out of context. Like he's going to get up there and be like boss hog and be like, you know what? I'm going to use this opportunity to take these Japanese people down a peg. I didn't know you people played golf. I thought you just did mathematical equations and put things on your little cars. This motherfucker has his shaky finger over the red button. A Japanese boy. This dude's kissing 30 in the ass and you call him a Japanese boy. That wasn't racism. That was senility. That's what that is. This mush-mouthed turd, that's senility. That sure is a nice little Japanese boy you sent here to win the Masters. Oh, man. We are in trouble. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.